detective. Oh, we'll get her. Miss Mackey. Come on in, Miss Mackey. All right, please take a seat right there. We'll get this show on the road. So first things first, can you please describe your relationship to the victim?
I'm his loving wife.
All right, so would you say you and Mr. Mackey had a pretty good relationship?
I mean, we had disagreements like every couple, but I definitely loved my husband.
Disagreements. Can you please describe some of these disagreements, perhaps?
Okay. We've been struggling financially these past few years, and he's been in a lot of debt lately, which has really took a toll on his mood. And there's some nights he hasn't come home until really late.
What do you mean by that? You think he might have been cheating on you or something?
Sir, I just lost my husband. Do I have to be answering these questions?
Hey, listen, hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just asking questions, okay? I mean, you are a prime suspect on this list, and I'm sorry for your loss, but you're not above questioning because you are a prime suspect. So I'm just going to ask you some questions that I'd like for you to answer them. So.
Okay, all I know is he gets off at 5, and he doesn't come home until 10 or 11 some nights. He says him and his business partner Parker are working on financials at the office, so I just have to believe him.
Well, all right, so I'm going to change the subject a little bit. Do you pack his lunches routinely, pretty routinely?
Yes, I've packed his lunches every day since we've been married.
So, did you pack them yesterday?
Yes, I did.
It's interesting. Can you remember what you packed them for lunch yesterday?
I believe it was a bologna sandwich, a bag of chips, and maybe an apple.
An apple? You sure that's what you packed them?
Yes, I'm positive. It was just yesterday. I'm quite confident that's what I packed.
So you're confident that you packed the apple?
Yes.
Sure. Well, that's interesting because forensics actually says he was poisoned by a poisonous apple was the cause of his demise.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. That's what forensics saying, a poisonous apple. Does this apple right here look familiar to you?
I mean, it's the same color I packed him, but I know mine wasn't poisonous. Are you accusing me of poisoning my own husband?
I'm not accusing you of anything, all right? That's a detective's job to accuse somebody. I'm just asking some questions. So this is this is at least the same kind of apple as what you packed them.
Yes, it was.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, so do you think you might have had like any food allergies or something like that? It might have been, or
No, and his medical records will confirm that. I know I didn't do this to my husband, but there's hundreds of people in that office that could have done it just as easily. I'd be looking into some of them.
Well, it's looking like it was definitely probably poison. So hundreds of people. I mean, another interesting thing I noticed in this file, it says it looks like he had a pretty big life insurance policy too. He might have had. So what do you have to say about that? I mean,
life insurance? Are you kidding me? Are you accusing me of doing this to my husband for money? Because for your information, we have a shared bank account, which means now that he's dead, I'll be inheriting all of his debt. But you know who won't be inheriting the company's debt? His business partner, Parker. Doesn't that sound interesting?
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I assure you, me and the detective were taking it all into account, all right? So that's about everything I was planning on asking. You have any questions you'd like to add, detective? Well, I guess I'll take it as a no, all right? So you're free to go. Thank you for your time. So, she made a lot of interesting points, and I was just asking that stuff about food allergy just to get her messed up, because forensics said it was definitely poison, all right? And this poison, there's no antidote to this poison, so whoever did it, they're wanting them gone, all right? So he kind of threw a little bit of shade at his business partner, Mr. Parker. But it could also be the janitor. That's a big suspect too. So who would you like to interview next, detective? Would it be a business partner perhaps, or the janitor? Or maybe you want to go ahead and make accusation. Maybe you think you got enough information to make accusation. So it's just whatever you want to do. So one of these